Hi guys, welcome back. Today we'll be taking a look at Palantir and Rivian. Before we begin, remember take a second to give the video a like and subscribe to stay updated with the market. Do note they do not provide any buy or sell calls, but focus on potential traps set up in the market makers. Without further ado, let's take a look at Palantir. So Palantir is down 21% to around 746 yesterday. Am I surprised? Not really. You can clearly see that it was already selling off before earnings. So usually if the trend is down before earnings, it's not a good sign because the big players already have took their profits and it's likely to sell before the news release, knowing that the news or the earnings will be bad eventually. So they will sell all the way down. So by the time that those retail investors were to panic, that's where they buy back and then do a short-term play. That's where they earn some short-term profits. So let's take a look at Palantir. So you can see that this is a potential first wave down for Palantir on a big wave. And then our second wave, we may be looking towards this particular high here after this particular low here. So our first wave, we are likely to be hitting about mid $6, which is approaching very, very soon. So I put this support level at this 650. But do note that since this is an all-time low, there is no charts here. So this is uncharted territory and there is not much information we can use other than the wave patterns. Furthermore, you can see that this is also another wave correction where we actually have this first wave down, second wave, which is impulsive, and the third wave there is corrective. So if we were to do this wave, so our second wave is likely to be also heading towards this $6.50 support. So there is a very high chance that $6.50 would likely to be tested, and we may see a short-term rebound. As you can see on the way down, don't expect a reversal. There is always a short-term rebound. We rebounded and we rebounded. Yes, we also had a bigger rebound here, and there was also a bigger rebound here. There was a bigger rebound here. So on the downtrend, there will always be rebounds, similar to an uptrend where there will always be an corrective wave. So similar to this, if you can see, this is the corrective wave. So there is a first wave up where we actually saw an upside of almost about 200%. And then this was our second wave, which was quite close to our peak, around $46 when the peak was around 45. So this corrective wave is, or impulsive wave is rather accurate. However, in the event that we do break down this 650, then there is no particular support that I'm looking at, but one particular support that I'm looking at is around 5 to 550. So $5 to 555 is where my potential short-term bottom for Palantir will be at these particular levels. If we do not see a rebound, then I'm afraid we may be heading towards $1 to $2. If let's take a look at these particular charts. So this is the first big wave down, and our second big wave down. Do not be surprised that we will be heading towards these particular levels at $1 to $2, which is a totally uncharted territory. There is a possibility for us happening there because the trend will likely to remain of lower lows. You can see that this is the low here, lower low, this is the low, this is a lower low, this is a lower low created. This is a lower high here, and this is a lower high here. So the trend will likely to just remain like this unless we can have a reversal of trend. So long as you do not see a higher low here, if you do not see this kind of trend patterns, then it's likely for us to continue to remain on a downtrend and try not to go against the trend. And ideally, you should not be holding any positions on a downtrend. So let's take a look at Rivian. So Rivian is a similar pattern. We are in uncharted territory now because we are at an all-time low, and there is no charts for us to guide us. So we can only look at wave patterns. So as of now, Rivian was down about 20.88% yesterday to around 22.78. So let's take a look at the wave patterns that we're looking at. Currently now, you can see this is the first wave down, likely for us to be testing the second wave, which is around these levels here. So we may see some support coming in at around just below this $20 psychological support levels, perhaps around $18 to $19. Why I say that is because just below the $20 psychological support, if this is a very strong $20 psychological support here, then it's likely for us to see retail investors putting their stop losses just below this $18 to $19. But do not expect that we will see a reversal here because the trend is still down and it's likely to remain down unless there is a potential reversal. But if you look at this, even if we do go back up, I'm afraid we will be blocked by this red conversion line, red baseline, and blue conversion line. So you can see the cloud on the way up acts as a resistance. However, you never seen Rivian testing this cloud resistance at all. So it shows how weak this particular stock is. Furthermore, this red baseline is hardly ever tested. It's usually being blocked by this blue conversion line for this Rivian, and it's currently still being blocked by this blue conversion line. So long as we do not cross this blue conversion line, then do not expect much hope on this counter. Furthermore, even if we do cross it, this red baseline will act as a very, very strong support for Rivian. So it's nothing much for us to actually hope for this counter. And in the event that we do see a bigger wave correction, then I'm afraid we may be looking towards this $10 for Rivian or even $12 for Rivian. You can see this is the first wave. So our second wave is likely to perhaps be hitting around these levels here at $10 or $12. We can see some support coming in for Rivian. So as of now, we are still very weak. You can see that this is a lower low, a lower high, and lower high, lower low. So that's not a good sign. The trend will continue to remain bearish. When there's an opportunity of a rebound, it is the best opportunity to sell because it will create a lower high. So if you do not sell at the lower high portion, you end up selling at a lower low, cutting losses, and the chart may just flip back up to create a lower high. So on a downtrend, rebounds are opportunities for you to escape and to sell a position to cut losses. So we can only hope for the best and expect the worst. And if there's any changes, I'll give you guys an update. Thanks for stopping by. And don't forget to subscribe as you keep the uptrend channel intact. Till we meet again, appreciate the manipulation.